To what extent do you think he indicates that 4 rate hikes are on the cards here? Talk to me about dot plots as well, their indications.
Well, I think, quite frankly, they'll stay with the 3 rate hikes. But you're quite right. I'd highlight that you're going to have to look at the statement and see to what extent they talk about stronger economic growth, better employment numbers, and an upward tilt to inflation. That's going to indicate that there is a bias towards getting that 4th rate hike, but not now.
Yeah, too early. Watch the data.
Watch the data.
And that makes sense. What about inflation then at this stage? What about the sensitivity to the 2% inflation? Because after he testified in front of Congress, there were all sorts of questions asked about just how sensitive he is to allowing some kind of inflation overshoot.
Yeah, you and I had spoken about this before.
Yes.
And to me, it's a big difference. If the inflation number is 1.7, versus 2.3.
Yes.
They're very sensitive on 2.3 because this is where you get the sensitivity that inflation expectations will not be anchored. And for the Fed, that's very important. So I think the focus has to be that they don't really want 2.3. They'll stay. And again, anything tending towards 2.3 will give them a bias to do that 4th rate increase.
Hi, John. Good morning from London. Do you think that the Fed is a little bit worried about the interest rate differential between the Fed and ECB and Fed and BOJ?
Oh, absolutely, Francine. Again, this afternoon, while you and your friends are out for a pint in London, the focus will clearly be on that differential impacting where the dollar exchange rate is going forward, and also the trade implications of a weaker or stronger dollar. So there will be a lot of concern there, as you know.
Yeah, I have to say, John, we haven't had a pint since 1998. I think the culture has changed a little bit here in London as well. How weak can the dollar go?
Oh, I think the challenge is, what is the confidence on longer-run economic policy in the United States? When there's concern about tariffs, when there's concerns about sustainability of the strong growth that we see this year at 2.5 to 3%. Those concerns on the dollar long term have to be there. And so we continue to see, in our outlook, a weaker dollar for the next 6 months to a year.